What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kiki, and I'm back with another video. I just have to make sure I look a little decent coming on here because your girl don't be wanting to come over here looking all crazy and stuff. But I just wanted to talk about my dream real quick before I forget about it. And I feel like this is pertaining to everybody. It was pertaining to me, but I feel like it's something that God wanted me to talk about or whatever. Just because this girl that I used to, like that I watched, that I still watch, not used to watch, I still watch. She basically has dreams, and basically what she was saying in her dream, I don't know what her name is. I'm a probably put it in here if I do edit this video, but I'm not thinking about editing this video. That's why I'm like trying to make sure this video look perfect and it's not like all crazy. But basically, she was basically telling us or telling people that watch this video that to pay attention to your dream because she has certain dreams, prophetic dreams, right? She has certain prophetic dreams or whatever the case is, and basically, her prophetic dreams basically tell her well, it'll give her like a whole storyline, but it's like you can't really look at the storyline. You kind of got to look at the bigger picture and kind of feel out your dreams a little bit. So basically, in that dream, um, so like I said, yes, she has prophetic dreams, and you got to look at the bigger picture. She said, pay attention to your dreams, and that's what I want everybody to start doing from now on. Pay attention to your dreams because and you gotta and don't look at the storyline, look at the bigger picture and look how you feel in your dreams. Feel out your dreams, observe your dreams, look at the bigger picture. When I woke up, let me tell you guys what something that happened really quickly. So yesterday night before I went to sleep, every night I usually put like some spiritual, like 432 on, or like some angel stuff, or like just sounds in the background to kind of rejuvenate your body, get your align your chakras sometimes, or like just to connect with your angels, or just angel music or whatever, right? So basically, yesterday I ended up putting um, this um, this thing on for when I go to sleep, and it was basically a scripture. It was Pizam, but I forgot like what kind of numbers, but it was saying 60 something or something like that. I'm gonna go back to that video so I could kind of listen to it carefully so I can hear what it's really saying. But while that scripture was on, I basically was I fell asleep, right? So when I fell asleep, I was oh my gosh. I was basically dreaming. So when I was dreaming, the dream was telling me that basically what the dream was like. So let me tell you guys what happened in the dream. 333 on the clock. What the dream was showing me, the whole storyline was that I was trying to go. Basically, I felt like I was missing some groceries or whatever the case is. Like I was missing pancakes for the morning time, right? So weird. So I was trying to put my lashes on and get ready to go outside or whatever. Mind you, I think around that time in that dream, it was late. I think it was like 1 a.m. where it was just late. And it was just like, why am I going outside? Why am I trying to leave to go get pancakes or whatever? Because that's what I was really trying to get in my dream. I was trying to get some pancakes for the morning time so that when my kids wake up, they can have something to eat, right? But I forgot that really I'm gonna get to it. So basically, when I was doing that, I put my lashes on and everything, and I ended up. It was late though. I ended up falling asleep in the bathroom on the toilet, but the seat was down. So basically, I was sitting down, and I think I had covers over me, and I just ended up my I ended up falling asleep. I was asleep, and I knew I was asleep because I had an outer body experience in my dream, and seen myself sleep, like see my, basically when my so my mom, it's my mom came in my dream, my mom and my sister, and they came in my dream and they came in my door. My whole thing is like, in reality right now, they don't live with me. So the dream was kind of weird. They don't live with me, but they ended up opening the door, like they had the keys to my house or something like that. But dreams are like that sometimes. So they was coming in the door, and my mom comes, and basically I hear them and they're both together. I'm like, okay, like I wasn't really thinking nothing of it in my dream because it was a dream, 555 on the clock. So they're like, basically they come and check on me in the bathroom. Like, she comes, like my mom's loud and she goes out to the like club, or she goes and has fun. But the weird thing is my sister was there at the same time she was there. So maybe they went together, but the thing is my sister was a little bit younger than she is now in the dream. So basically they came in, so basically my mom walked in the bathroom and seen I was sleeping in the bathroom, just like sleeping like this, and had a blanket over me, or whatever the case is. So then basically when she checked on me, my mom is loud when like she comes in, or like she's like turned or whatever. So she came in, looked at me. I was still asleep, but I was still like in my outer body experience in my dream. So I was literally watching her, but I seen myself sleeping on the toilet, and I seen her basically coming in or whatever, and she was looking at me to see what I was like doing and stuff like that. So she, after she seen what I was doing, she left back in the living room. Then after that, I was still in my outer body experience or whatever in my dream, and my sister came in, and basically she kind of woke me up, and she basically gave me my daughter's shoes. I think it was Naya's shoes or Navaya's shoes, and I basically when I woke up, I basically was like I was like, like I knew I had, well, in the dream I said, why did you pass the bathroom and try to give me the shoes and stuff like that? But I think it was new shoes, but I didn't know that. Why did you give me the shoes? I looked at the shoes though. I don't know what that dream would like. I don't understand it really. For I mean, I understand the dream, but basically she brought the shoes, and I basically told her, why did she pass the kids room or something like that, or the room period. I just said the room, and I said, why didn't you just go put it in a closet and stuff like that? Because she was trying to hand it to me, and she just looked at me. She was trying to look at my face, or whatever the case is. So I guess I acted out of irritation or something like that, and I told her, why didn't she just put it in the closet? But I think it was some new shoes. But at the moment, I didn't really notice it because maybe I woke up and I was just acting out of irritation. So basically, after that happened, she was like, me knowing my sister's personality, she kind of laughed it off and was like, oh yeah, I forgot. But really, I'm gonna get to that though. I'm gonna get to the meaning of that. So then, basically, I felt like she was checking on me too. So then, basically, after that, it went from that happening to me going in the room, and my baby daddy was in the room, and he was laying on one side of the bed, but it wasn't like structured. The bed wasn't structured the way it is right now. So I went in the room, and he was laying on one side of the bed, and I was laying on the other side of the bed, but I don't remember seeing my daughters or anything. It was like space or whatever, space in between it. But my I knew my daughters was like there, but they wasn't in the room type of stuff. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like laying on the other side of the bed. So I ended up dozing off basically. But my mom came and checked on me again. I had an outer body. I went to sleep, but I noticed that I had an outer body experience again because I was watching myself lay down, and I was watching my baby daddy lay down, and my mom came in the room and checked on me again. But the thing is, when she first came in the bathroom, she already heard the scripture, and she basically heard scripture in the background. But the thing is, the scripture wasn't on in the room. Like it wasn't on in the dream, but she just heard it. We all heard it. That's the thing. That's what's so crazy to me. We all heard the scripture, and the scripture that I was hearing when I was sleeping, we all heard it. And I feel like when she came in the house and she was checking on me, I felt like she felt like some type of calmness or whatever. She was calm. I feel like, and my mom's the type of person, like, she doesn't really like to show her feelings, right? She don't really like to show her feelings. Like, she'll have all this fun or something, but I feel like she'll still be worried about somebody, and but she won't say it. She won't tell the person that, or whatever the case is. So I think maybe that dream was telling me that she was a little bit worried about me, but she's not telling me. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like my sister was worried about me, but she wasn't saying anything. And then the weird thing is they didn't live there. So it was like, what's going on right now? So as I fell asleep when they both came in our house, and they Sharon woke damn near woke me up and told me that the shoes or whatever, and I put it in the closet. I don't know, there was a man in there, but I don't know if it was Alex, the person that she usually hangs out with, or it was another man. I couldn't really pinpoint the man voice, but I know my mom hangs out with Alex a lot, and he drops her off sometimes. So I feel like it could have been Alex or something like that, and he's loud too. So that man was a little loud, and so basically, my whole thing is I felt comfortable. I felt comfortable enough to go back and lay down in the room. So it's like, okay. So I had to look at. So once that happened, um, basically the alarm, like the scripture turned off. The scripture turned off, but I seen it was gonna, like, it's something woke me up. I don't know what woke me up, but before the fire alarm turned on, or whatever that is, fire detector, the scripture was about to turn off or something like that. So I think it paused, and then it said 5 minutes, that the 5 minutes left until the thing turns off. But I think it was still playing, but I'm not sure. But I know I was looking at the TV. I don't know, like, it was so weird, and I guess I fell back asleep after I seen that it had 5 more minutes or whatever. I don't know how I knew, but it's just like it's like maybe I woke up and I seen it. I took a glimpse and it did that, or maybe it stopped for a little bit, and then um or whatever. I don't know what was really going on. Honestly, I was just kind of sleepy. So I went back to sleep, and then the fire alarm turns on. So I'm like, so, and I was asleep. I know I was asleep because it's like I had to get up out of my sleep and turn it off. So I turned it off and stuff like that. But it was like while I seen the 5 minutes on the scripture thing, I was laying down, and it was like in my head, a message popped up when it said 5 minutes on the thing, and I went back to sleep. It said, awareness is protection, and protection is awareness. So basically, I also got that, look at the bigger picture, basically. That's what popped up in my head too. Then another word that came and popped up in my head, and this is how God talks to me sometimes. another thing that came in my head was, it's not about what you see, it's about how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, once I turned off the fire detector, I went and I had already woke up. Mind you guys, I had already woke up. So I turned off the fire on fire detector, and I was just checking if the stove was on, because sometimes you can probably forget that the stove is on. And so I checked that the stove was on. Nothing was on. It wasn't really hot. It wasn't nothing. Like literally, the fire detector turned on for no reason. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. And I'm like, okay, I'm up, but I'm like, I'm a little mad because it's like, damn, like that shit fucking woke me up out of my fucking sleep. So I'm like, oh my gosh, because the stove wasn't on or the oven wasn't on, and I'm like irritated at this point. Like, what the fuck? Like this shit fucking woke me up, and it's nothing fucking on, and I just had to turn off that fucking shit. So I came back in the room and I laid down and I was trying to think about my dream. I think God wanted me to pay attention to my dream and to kind of see the bigger picture. But I don't think God wanted me to go to sleep, because it was like, because you know, when you go back to sleep or something like that, or you go about your day and days pass by, you end up forgetting your dream, right? So as I'm laying down and I'm trying to almost go back to sleep, but I'm trying to kind of see the bigger picture of the message that that was basically sent to me in my dream. So basically I laid down here and I laid down and I was like, okay, let me see what this thing is trying to tell me. So I'm laying down and basically I felt like the dream I had to question myself a little bit about the dream. In my dream I had to question myself. I had to say, why am I trying to go to get pancakes at 1 a.m. in the morning? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I want to go get pancakes? Like, that's just me. Sometimes that's just like me. Like, but the thing is, when I was sleeping in my dream, when I went back to sleep, I remembered that I already had pancakes in the house. So why am I leaving out to go get pancakes when it's already in the house, right? So unconsciously, literally, it popped unconsciously. I had to think about that, and then consciously in my dream, consciously in my dream, like when I was asleep in my dream, I found out I already had pancakes. What am I trying to get pancakes for? Like what? All right, so mind y'all, that's what happened. So I'm asking myself, why did I want to get pancakes? And I already had pancakes in the house. So I'm like, okay, that was the question. That was one question I asked myself about the dream. Then another question I asked myself about the dream is why I was sleeping in the bathroom. Or how I even fell asleep that fast in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And then another question was, and the thing is, I didn't really even tell you guys the whole thing. The thing is, when I came to lay down on the bed and my mom was there and my sister was there, I feel like my boyfriend he was sleeping, but it was like he was irritated. I could feel him. Like I could feel the energy around. Everybody was calm. It was like when I was in the bathroom and nobody came in, everybody was calm. But when I came in the room, it's like everybody was calm, and everybody, I guess my mom checked on everybody and everybody was good. So everybody was calm and she heard the scripture. But it wasn't in the ding on dream, it was in reality. So how did she even hear it? Number one, we all heard the scripture, but it was not in the dream. That's what's so freaking crazy. So I'm just like, okay, this is freaking weird. So I'm like, okay, so yeah, so basically my boyfriend was kind of irritated. Maybe it was because that day was loud and stuff like that, and I knew they didn't live there or whatever the case is. I don't even know why I didn't question that. But basically he was basically like saying that he wanted to go to 7-Eleven or something like that and leave out. And I already had dozed off, and I had woke up from my dream already. So I don't even know what happened after that, but I know he was still laying down, but he was just kind of irritated. So, yeah, so I woke up. So I asked myself, why was I in the bathroom sleeping? Why did I want to leave out at 1 a.m. in the morning when I already had pancakes, but I didn't know I had pancakes at the time, right? And then another question I asked myself is why my mom was there and why my sister was there when they didn't even live there, right? And then what other question did I have? Um, and how the heck I heard scripture in the background when it was in my reality, but it wasn't really in the dream, but we heard it. It was like the dream was playing, but it was like God, like the scripture was still playing in the background, but it wasn't in the dream, but you could still hear it in the dream. So basically, I came to a conclusion like, okay, so I don't know if I already said this, but I heard personal, it said awareness is protection, protection is awareness. It said look at the bigger picture. And it said it's not about what you feel, it's about what you feel. It's not about what you see, it's about what you feel. So, mind you, I'm laying down and I'm thinking about it. So, I came to a conclusion that basically I was trying to leave because I felt like I didn't have I didn't have no space, or I didn't, it's not that I didn't have no space. I didn't have no space, but it's like more so I didn't have no freedom. Unconsciously I knew that, or unconsciously in my dream I didn't know why I was going to the fucking going to try to get pancakes in the dream at 1 a.m. But when I woke up, I realized that maybe it was because I felt like I had a lack of freedom. And it was just a way for me to kind of make an excuse to kind of leave the house and go, like, go outside, get some space, get some air, and get some freedom, or whatever the case is, you know. And I'm not the type of person that kind of likes to stay in a house too much, or kind of not kind of get my space from like my children or the people that I love and stuff like that. I still like my space because I'm a human being. Everybody likes their own space, right? But I had to realize that I don't have my space in real life. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my freedom in real life, and God wanted to show me that. But I felt a little bit more comfortable because my mom was there and my sister was there, and I went back to sleep, and I realized that I had pancakes in the house the whole time. So it was like God was telling me that I think my mom and my sister maybe was praying over me or something, or they prayed for me that day or that night or whatever before they went to sleep, and they popped up in my dream. I don't know if they prayed for me or if they was thinking about me today or yesterday, but or was dreaming about me even. But I know that in my dream, they came in my dream and they came and visited me in my dream, and they didn't even live there. And I knew they didn't live there, but I wasn't thinking nothing of it. So that's one thing I had a conclusion of. And so yeah, basically lack of freedom, that was one of them. And I felt comfortable that they was there. I was already asleep though, but I was sleeping in the bathroom. I don't know why I was sleeping in the bathroom. But then I came in the room and I went to sleep, or whatever the case is. And I can't really pinpoint. I still have to kind of think about my dream a little bit more and probably see the deeper meaning of it, but that answered my question, like why my mom and my sister was over there. But then I had to ask myself, why did I even act out of irritation with my sister when she just wanted to be nice and give me, I guess, the new shoes or whatever the case is? Or why did she want to give me the shoes? I had to look at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? That's what the that's what my mind was, like God was trying to tell me. Look at the bigger picture. It's not about what you feel. It's not about what you see. It's not about what you see in the dream. It's about how you feel. And in my dream, I felt like she was trying to see if I was okay, or like, like what, like maybe she wanted to talk to me or something like that. And sometimes, sometimes I can act out of irritation if I don't get my personal space or if I don't get my sleep, right? Um, so, yeah. But I had to ask myself, why am I even, why did, because in my dream, I was telling her, I basically was telling her, why didn't she just put it in a closet and stuff like that? But I'm like, after that, she said, oh, yeah. And she was just laughing. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, and then I was laughing too. But in a nice way, I said, bro, you're slow. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I don't think she liked the feeling of it, of me calling her, like basically saying, oh, you're slow and stuff like that. But that's just the way I talk, and that's how, like, everybody, but she was younger at the time. That's how she talked now too. But at the time, she was younger, but I felt like her feeling, I could feel her feeling when I said that. But I didn't really care at the moment, but because that's how I talked and stuff like that. But I was basically saying you're slow, but I could feel her energy. She was just like, kind of like, she ain't like that, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, she was trying to have a conversation with me or basically check on me, and I'm over here doing the freaking most. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But I feel like the dream had to happen that way, just so I could see kind of sometimes how I act out of irritation. Sometimes when I act out of irritation, sometimes. So I woke up, and I'm not sure if I really wanted to tell you guys this next thing, because it's like, I feel like it's no reason. It's none of y'all business or whatever the case is. But when I woke up, I basically, while I was kind of trying to figure out my dream, I was basically like trying to go back to sleep, but I was still thinking about my dream. I was trying to think about the deeper meaning and stuff like that. But something happened that I had to kind of like observe. I feel like God wanted me to observe the dream and observe what was happening at the moment. And something like, all I'm saying is pay attention. Like, pay attention to what your dream tries to tell you. Pay attention to what your dream tries to tell you, and try to look at the bigger picture. And it's not about what you see, it's about what you feel in the dream, right? So I want you guys to do that when you're dreaming about something. Don't look at the image or don't look at the storyline. Look at how you feel in the moment and kind of observe everything, question everything. Why this, why that, why this, and answer your own question. Because honestly, the questions that you're gonna have the answer to it. And it's so funny because the day before I did a reading, and basically I was doing a reading, and because I do tarot, of course, um and you guys know that. But I was doing a reading, and it said the answers that I'm looking for will be coming. And then also, it was like in my readings, it always tells me and tells the viewers that are watching it, pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams, because that's the easiest way God can communicate with you, and your spirit guides can communicate with you. So now I'm going to tell you guys this. Pay attention to your dreams and look at the bigger picture, okay? And see how you feel, not what you see, right? And ask yourself questions about the dream. Make sure you write it in your journal, or you record it, or you just basically, you know, tell people your experience about your dream or something like that. Or you don't have to do that, for real, for real. But I just want people to think about that. But that gave me the answers to why I act a certain why I act and do certain things in real life. In real life, I act and I do certain things because I may feel like I don't have the freedom that I need or that I want. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I need to have the freedom that I want and need in real life, right? And I'm starting to learn and I'm starting to try to take my power back and get the freedom that I need and get some personal space from my children and from the people that I love. But then also, I had to kind of observe where I was at in reality and at the moment and at the time, because that was telling me something too. It was a sign to, because in reality I was acting out of irritation again just because of something that was happening, but I'm not going to get into it. But I had to kind of observe it, and I feel like God wanted me to observe. Just observe. It's not about what you see, it's about how you feel. And I was seeing what was happening in my reality at the moment after I was thinking about it. And I was feeling too. And it kind of told me a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Basically, I'll probably do another video and kind of get like maybe deeper into it where I can know what I can say and what I can't say and what I can't say, because I don't really want to just say certain stuff. But I feel like it's important if you're in a relationship. I feel like it's important for you to give your partner personal, like not personal space, but like you have to kind of respect people's boundaries and stuff like that. And it's important for you to respect people's boundaries, because I feel like in relationships, it's not always because I mean, some people, they cheat and stuff like that, and that's what breaks up a relationship. And maybe the other person thinks about maybe different people and stuff like that, and you may not know about it, and maybe it pops up in your dream. So pay attention to that too. You know what I'm saying? Because I do be having like certain dreams, but I'm not gonna get into it. We're not in a relationship though. I'm just letting you guys know what happens. But pay attention to how your dreams, what your dreams tell you, or something like that, or like how you feel in your dreams. Is it you or is it that person? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's you and sometimes it's that person. So yeah, but something was happening in real life or whatever, and I had to kind of observe instead of reacting. You know what I'm saying? And even though I did react, but then I observed again and then I reacted again. But then it kind of showed me the bigger picture of why I was acting the way I was acting, and it related to my dream type of stuff, but not because of I had a lack of freedom, but because it was no boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but the same way, like, I don't know, but yeah, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop over here. I'm not gonna tell you guys everything because it's not really none of y'all business or whatever. I just wanted you guys to pay attention, and I want you to know to look up awareness and protection. Look up the meaning awareness and protection. So in my dream, God was saying awareness is protection and protection is awareness, right? You can also look up the bigger picture, and you can also look up it's not, well, seeing and feeling, right? So you can kind of get a like bigger picture or a conclusion of certain things. But I mean, today was actually like really crazy because it was the craziest, weirdest dream ever, and I never really take the time out of my day to kind of realize, like, think about my dream or think about the meaning of my dream. But I think I'm going to start doing that because it kind of tells me a lot about myself and a lot about what's happening around me or what's happening in my an unconscious mind, because when you're dreaming, it's your unconscious mind that's playing certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's playing certain things, but you have to pay attention to your unconscious mind. Y'all ever watch that movie Shark Boy and Lava Girl or something like that? I don't know if that's the real name of the movie, but he writes down his dreams every time. But the thing is, you gotta be like, you gotta look at the bigger picture, and you gotta see the deeper meaning of it, not just the, the dream. But even in that movie, it tells you that it's important for you to understand your dreams, and for you to write down your dreams, so that you can kind of watch the movie Shark Boy and Lava Girl, because it'll tell you more about what I'm talking about right now. Because at the end of the day, one day in that video or in that movie, he was dreaming. He wanted to go to sleep. He was like so happy to go to sleep all the time. But in his dream, it was like his dream turned into reality, or whatever the case is. Some way, somehow, I don't know how it happened, but some way, I'm gonna watch that movie again too, because I think I need to kind of get a deeper meaning of the freaking movie. But and then I'll make another video just to explain certain things a little bit better, because I can't really explain it right now. But his dream, he was really dreaming, but it felt real to him. But in his dream, he was very powerful. He was the most powerful person. He was way more powerful than Shark Boy and Lava Girl. He was the most powerful person, but he was the most powerful person because he can control his dreams. He's the one who can control his dreams, literally. And he can change his dream around. You know what I'm saying? And he could observe his dreams. That's why he is the powerful person. He was the most powerful person. They had powers too, physical powers, but he didn't know that he had powers in the dream. He just knew that he was just a regular person, just observing the dream, and he was spending time with Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and he admired them, but he didn't really see his power. You know what I'm saying? So understand your power. You know what I'm saying? And that you can probably really control your dreams and stuff like that. But I'm gonna watch the movie or whatever and see, like, basically the deeper meaning of the movie once I watch it, because that was my favorite movie. Just in case anybody wanted to know, that was one of my favorite movie, and I really liked that movie. I watched it like maybe 2 or 3 times. But but yeah, mm, I'll be back and I'll let you guys know about the freaking movie, because I'm gonna watch that movie right now. But like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to get updated whenever I post. And yeah, I think we're all powerful, okay? And I feel like we all need to take our dreams a little bit more serious. That's the message for today, okay? So yeah, bye.